Hello, everyone. Don't know if my connection has started yet. Yeah, I did that again. Hello, everybody. How are we doing tonight? Happy Friday. Good to see you folks. Let's see. We got Todd A. Hello, Todd. Corvette Jim, CJP Pipe Rescue. Good to see you, Jim. Big Dave. Brier Blues. How you doing tonight, Mike? Signalman Tony. Paul the Piper. Full Smoking Bar. How you doing, buddy? Bona Piper. Tony 513. George Tiedemann. Jeffers 58. And Hillbilly Piper. I'll pause there so I can actually see what I'm reading. Hope you're all doing great, and thank you all for joining us. Armchair Piper, hello there, Ed. Desert Pine Piper, good to see you, Jim. Cliff Higgins and Cali Piper 62. How you doing, Cliff and Steve? Good to see you guys. Scotty Dashboard, Pipes and Bees, Mr. Ika Simba, and Boris the Piper, Jeremy Bumbala, and Everett Young, Smoking the Ghost, Dance Dad Piper. Man, lots of folks showing up tonight. Got my Tim Heineck out tonight. Not a pipe I smoke very often, but I just felt like getting it out. And I'm going to be smoking some of this McConnell's Highgate. Very nice stuff. Nice Virginia Perique. Wish it had a little more oomph to it, but it's for the price. It's a fantastic smoke. No, Nick, it's not Latakia. It's a Virginia Perique. Yeah, there, WKR Piper. Good to see you. I did get my ears lowered. Thick walls. I don't know what that. Oh, on the pipe. Yes, it does have very thick walls. And I originally bought this, and maybe what Nick is referring to is I originally bought this as a Latakia pipe, but I've since found that it actually really smokes Virginias and Virginia Periques quite nicely, and that makes sense based on the chamber. Yes, Everett, you should light up some Haunted Bookshop. Wall for the win. Yeah, I'm sorry, I forgot that this is the first time I'm doing this since I thought maybe I had done it last Friday. Oh well. Yeah, I got fed up waiting for an appointment and extra cleaning fees and all this stuff, and I just said, oh, the heck with it. So I got clippers and I just buzzed it off. And I like it. I'm pretty happy. It's very comfortable, certainly in the summer. And I haven't shaved because I think it provides a nice symmetry. Let's see. Takio Kimura, Stoic Smoker. Mark in Rhode Island. How you doing, buddy? Philadelphia Piper. And Paul the Piper, I don't think I saw you earlier. Dan's Dad Piper. Uh-oh, Everett, that's not good. Boris the Piper, some Old Dark Fired in a 320. Sounds good. Mr. Ikesemba, I think that happens to all of us. Daniel Tobias, good morning to you, my friend. Looking forward to chatting with you soon. So Daniel's going to be our guest tonight, and I think you're going to really enjoy our chat. Yardism. Hello there, Chad. And the one simplex one. Larry Lepore. Yes, we do need more videos from Mark in Rhode Island. We definitely do. And Bona Piper's having some H&H Pure Virginia with Solani Red Label for dessert. Sounds good, Christian. Speaking of, we do need more videos from Mark in Rhode Island, but something I wanted to talk about before we get too far into this, and I'll probably mention this at the end again. You probably all know Brier Report. If you don't, you should know Brier Report. Great website, great, the BRTV guide is fantastic. Phil, the guy behind Brier Report, is one of the nicest guys I've never met. I've interacted with him quite a few times. He's always been just fantastically helpful, friendly, great guy. So a couple of people, I think Brier Blues and I think maybe Yardism and a few others have been talking about getting him up to 1,000 subs. And I think this is a great idea because apparently Phil has, he might do a video if he gets 1,000 subs. And I think it would be great. He's an important part of this community. He's done a great deal to support the community. And it would be great to actually see him in a video. So he's, I don't know what the number is now. I didn't check before I started this. But, Christian says he's at 628 right now. So if you haven't subscribed to Brier Report, go do it, and see if we can get him up to 1,000 as soon as possible. And I'm going to give a reminder at the end, and I'll do the same if I do a video on Sunday, because I'd really like to see this happen. Is that the pipe show, Jim? I see the earlier message, yeah. He can't do a video because he's underaged. That's good, Ed. Yes, Mr. Ikesemba, that's the whole point. We're trying to get him. We're trying to basically embarrass him into making a video. So we've been having torrential downpours all day today. It's been really. It was a tropical storm as it was coming up the coast, and then it just moved in a little bit, and it's just been very, very wet day. I went out this morning. I was going to take a walk, and it just looked like the sky was going to open up at any minute. And fortunately, I didn't, because I would have gotten about 6 blocks away, and it would have been pouring rain. Yes, we did really need the rain. That's true. We've been getting a lot of rain, but it's just been like, a 10-minute thunderstorm, and then it would dry up as well as soon as that was over. Takio, it's not that more videos are needed, it's that your video is needed. Oh, it actually stopped in Norristown, Philadelphia, Piper. I think it was still about 20 minutes ago, 20 minutes before I started this, it was still drizzling here. Chuck is out in the storm enjoying some Orlick Dark Kentucky. Sounds fantastic, Chuck. And they're getting it in Buffalo as well. Yeah, Tony, it was that kind of rain. It was, sometimes I don't mind, going out to, like, one of the things I had to do today was bring up the trash bin. It's one of those big flip-top bins that you put your trash in. And they, of course, leave the lid open after they take the trash, and it fills up with water. So I had to bring it in, but it was raining so hard, I didn't want to even attempt it, even though it was just a short walk to the curb and back. Couch, how you doing, buddy? Chuck's being chased in by the rain. Yes, Everett. We're feeling a bit more comfortable about the future of tobacco. Yeah, Christian, I thought about doing that, and then I forget to do it, and Joffrey Feinberg, how are you doing tonight, buddy? Todd A's got some McBaron Dark Twist. H&H McBaron, okay. All right, Dan's Dad Piper, good to see you, buddy. Pipeful, how you doing, Andrew? Yardism's having some old Joe Krantz. Hyde Park by Peterson. I don't think I've had that Takio, but if it's like G&H Dark Bird's Eye, that would be good. Paul the Piper smoking some Rustica. That fits with your typical smokes, huh, Paul? Paragon Piper wants to make the Rustica regular. Oh, there's been some rumor that they are, and I don't know why they wouldn't. It's not a particularly rare tobacco or anything. They should be able to grow it, certainly. Pipefull's having some Cabby's mixture. That's a good one. Kilted Piper Steve, how you doing, Steve? We're just getting warmed up. You're not late at all. And Jeremy Bumbelow's having some Luxury Bullseye Flake. That's also a favorite there, Jeremy. Haunted Pirate Ship. Good deal, Mark. And Velvet in a Bing. Sounds good, George. Makes sense, Philadelphia Piper. They wouldn't have made it the HH series, but you never know. So we're getting close to quarter after, and I'm gonna go ahead and bring our guest on in just a minute. If you certainly saw from the thumbnail, but our guest tonight is Daniel Tobias, and Daniel's been a frequent attendee to these live streams. He's commented quite a bit in them, and I've asked that folks that are not necessarily making videos, or maybe just thinking about starting into videos, those are going to be ideal people to come on and join the show for a little bit. This isn't about the guy with all the subs and the superstars of the YTPC, if there is such a thing. It's about just conversations with people and getting to know people. And I was really happy when Daniel got in touch, because I thought, this is exactly the kind of guest I was hoping for. Not that the other guys aren't good, but it's just it's good to get to know somebody that you don't know otherwise, right? You only know him from the few lines that he types in. And so I usually will get in touch with the guy that's going to be on Friday a few days before, and so I got in touch with Daniel on Wednesday, I think it was. And normally these chats take 15 minutes. It's just this is what we're going to do, and let me. We were on the phone for almost an hour, and I had no idea that much time had passed. Really enjoyed it, getting to know him a little bit, and I think you're going to enjoy getting to know him as well. So the amazing thing is that Daniel is in Israel, and it's actually 3 o'clock in the morning on Saturday in Israel, but yet he's agreed to stay up and join us. And I also think it's very cool that you can sit down and have a pipe with someone who's in Israel or anywhere in the world. That's just a really neat part of what the technology is doing for us these days. So let's see if I can get Daniel. Okay. We're going to have to try again. This happened last time. We had the call. Oh, Daniel's calling me. Hello?
Hello.
Hello, Daniel. How are you?
Fine, thank you. How are you, Mike? Hi, all.
Very good. Folks, let me know if you can hear Daniel okay.
This actually worked.
Yes. Well, I tried to call you.
Yes. I'm sorry. I apparently was phoning on both my phone and my computer simultaneously.
Ah, okay. I see.
Hey, Paul the Piper. Oh, thanks, Tony.
Yeah, quite a few folks.
Oh
Looking
gosh.
forward to talking to you.
What's Hobbitweed? Who's Hillbilly Piper? And how does Hillbilly Piper know that I blended Hobbit's weed?
We'll have to ask Hillbilly Piper that.
Hi, Mark. Hi, Bona Piper. Gosh, this is almost like trying to follow chats on my days on MIRC.
Haven't heard that.
Signal and Tony, haven't seen you in a while. I think I've seen you on Brier Blues a while ago. Hey, Mike from Brier Blues, how's it going?
All right, so why don't we get started, yep. Daniel? And
oh yes, definitely.
So, first off, thanks a lot for, as I said in the little preamble, for staying up so late and joining us.
Oh sure, it's really a pleasure. Really. Don't get to talk to many people at 3 a.m. Smoking a pipe.
And is this a time you're normally up? Is this part of your?
Occasionally, I raise sheep.
Okay.
All right, and being a sheep farmer, amongst other things, I tend to get up in the middle of the night and just make rounds and see that everything's okay with the sheep. No floods. When a dog barks, I'm awake immediately and ready to jump out of bed and see if my sheep are being stolen.
Of course, yeah.
Happens here in Israel. Hello, Boris the Piper. 3 a.m., where are you? Sorry, Mike.
Okay. That's okay. So when you say stolen, you mean by people, not by other animals?
Yes, by people, yes.
Wow. Yeah, so you definitely would jump out of bed pretty quickly for that, I'm sure. So I'm curious, how did you become, like is this a family business, or is this something that you happened into on your own, the sheep farming?
it's a family business.
Mm-hmm.
My great-grandfather was a sheep and cattle farmer in South Africa, and my grandfather preceded him. My father as well, and my father came to Israel and started sheep. And then I, came into the picture. So it's sort of born into it. I'm a fourth-generation sheep farmer.
I see.
And second generation sheep artificial inseminator.
Aha.
We have a sheep and goats reproduction business.
Yes.
To put it bluntly, I do sheep for a living. Yes.
That's good. You got me with that one, Daniel.
I used to have a shirt once.
Oh, really?
Very humorous.
So is that part of the business? You say it's 2 generations now. Is that a more modern? I guess it would have to be a somewhat more modern innovation in farming, the artificial insemination.
No, actually, sheep breeding has been around since biblical times. And manipulation of sheep, the breeds has been around since biblical times as well. The artificial insemination, I believe it's been around since the 50s, I think.
Oh, okay.
Incidentally, at the moment I'm smoking Watch City Cigars number 558. Yep. And this is because of Mike from Brier Blues.
Oh, really?
Put me onto that.
Uh-huh.
Yep. And I'm smoking it in a Mookie pipe.
Okay, and for folks that don't know, could you tell us a little bit about the Mookie pipe?
Yeah. I was going to send you the Facebook page, his Facebook page. Mookie is I believe he's in his late 70s, and Mookie is an Israeli pipe carver.
And he does very beautiful work. Very beautiful work.
Oh yes, he does very beautiful work. He's very original. He does all his pipes, most of his pipes by hand. There used to be an Israeli pipe company called Shalom Pipes or Alpha Pipes. If anybody knows about it.
Yes,
has anybody ever heard of them?
I certainly have, and I think I've seen a few folks smoking some alphas. So they're not unknown.
Okay, so Mookie, he basically managed to get his hands on a whole lot of, some of the machinery, and some of the and a whole lot of pipe stems and unfinished pipes.
Okay.
And he's got crates and crates of them in his how do you call it, garage?
Yeah.
It's basically where he parks his car. It's like
garage.
The guy's a very interesting guy. He's never smoked a cigarette or anything in his life, and he's got a whole room full of pipes.
Huh. So,
huge pipe collection.
So he's not he doesn't smoke pipes either?
No, he does smoke pipes.
Oh, he does smoke pipes, okay.
He exclusively smokes pipes. He occasionally sticks a cigar in a pipe.
He
does.
Yeah.
very, very funny guy, very nice guy. Occasionally he comes to the States and basically visits pipe shows and sells his wares. I'll see if I can get to his Facebook page to post on here, or should I pass it on to you?
You could pass it on to me, and I'll put it in the video description after we're done.
Okay,
that'll be fine.
Great.
Yeah, I can do
Great.
that anytime.
He's a very nice guy. He doesn't do it as a business. He's retired.
Gotcha.
Carves a pipe a day or so.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's really amazing. I guess when you've been doing it that long, it would be almost more difficult to not carve that pipe every day.
Yeah, he lately had a problem in acquiring Brier. There was a shortage. Apparently, there was a shortage of Brier.
Ah, okay.
Thanks, Big Dave. I also have a Shalom rusticated, actually.
Uh-huh.
Found in a flea market for 10 shekels, which is like $2.50.
Well, that's a bargain.
Oh, yeah. You know Aviran?
Yes.
Well, we spoke about him. Aviran is a friend of mine in the buddy of ours from the Israeli pipe community here, and he actually gifted it to me.
Ah.
Yep.
Well, that's great. So
it's actually pretty hard to find shalom pipes these days, in Israel at least.
Yes, they're not as common as they used to be here either. I mean, they used to be almost as common as something like a Dr. Graybo when you were looking at used pipes. So quite a few of them wound up here in the U.S. Yeah, I might be exaggerating that a bit, but it was not unusual to see them, and now it seems like they're more rare.
Yes, they shut down in the early 80s, I believe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So
unfortunately, there were really good pipe carvers in that company.
Yeah, the ones I've handled have been very nice pipes, and I'm seeing that Jim from CJP Pipe Rescue is saying that he's restored a bunch of them, so they are around, but and they're good quality for the price. So
I completely agree. Yes, definitely.
So we're jumping all around here, but by the way, I want to congratulate you on that segue from sheep artificial insemination into pipes. That was well done. I'm glad you did it. But
sorry, I didn't mean to.
No, it was perfect because we hadn't even mentioned pipes yet. So I'm glad you did. But what I'd like to ask you is a bit about your sort of pipe smoking history. How did you get started? When did you start? What was that like in Israel, in particular? Is it different?
All right. The first pipe I put in my mouth was, I think I was 2 years old. I think my grandfather stuck a pipe in my mouth. And I have photographs of my father and I on a horse with my father's pipe in my mouth.
Wow.
I do remember those times, a few of them. I always loved the smoke, the scent, not the smoke, the aroma of the pipe smoke. My grandfather came to Israel in 1984, I think it was. I was 5 years old, incidentally. I'm 41 years old. And I used to spend a hell of a lot of time, most of my day with him after school. And I was always around pipes. I'd help him clean the pipes and polish his pipe cabinet, which is still at my grandmother's house. and my father's using it at the moment. But I'm also I think I'm also a fourth generation pipe smoker, at least a third generation pipe smoker.
Wow.
I got into pipes. I got into pipes when I was just before, I think when I was 18. When I was 18, and then at 19, I got recruited into the military here, and they kept on court-martialing me for smoking a pipe.
Oh.
Because these days, well, at least in the base that I was posted in, a pipe is just like a hookah pipe or a bong. It's called a smoking apparatus. You could smoke anything in it, so that makes it illegal.
I see. So if you were smoking cigarettes, it would have been okay, but because it was a pipe, because it has other uses. That was the problem?
I think I had something like 4 trials what would you call it? I think it's called detention. Sort of detention where you have to go. You have to go in front of make yourself show yourself in front of an officer every hour until a certain time of night.
Oh wow!
I think until 11 or 12 midnight. Sign a form.
Mm-hmm.
And then I just got sick of it, and a friend of mine put me onto cigarettes, and that's it, basically. Okay. So I left the pipe for a few years. I mean, I carried on with the pipe every now and then, but not as much as I used to.
Okay. So with that history and being fourth generation pipe smoker, was it that common in Israel to see pipe smokers when you were younger, and is it currently common to run into pipe smokers?
Hold on, I'm thinking.
Sure.
It was common to see pipe smokers as a child, as an adolescent. I think around the 90s, the pipe smoking scene really petered out. You'd see one every now and then.
Mm-hmm.
You'd hardly see 2 pipe smokers in one place. Although, well, truth be told, I don't get around much. I'm on the farm most of the time.
Sure.
So I don't get to see too many people every day. But you know what? I was in a reenactment last week of it's called the Horns of Hattin. It's one of the last battles between the Crusaders and the Muslims here in Israel. Yeah, okay. I'm actually a medic. I serve as a medic there, and I met 2 other pipe smokers. One which I knew of, and we occasionally smoke together, share a bowl, and another one which completely caught me by surprise because I wasn't expecting it. Wasn't expecting to see another pipe smoker.
Uh-huh. Well, that's you've piqued my interest now. So with the reenactment, we do have a fair amount of that here, but of course the battles that we're reenacting are much more recent historically, and I'm just wondering, like, how seriously do they take the reenactment?
They are really, really serious.
Really?
Yes, they actually they sew their clothes from historically correct stitches and historically correct materials, and manufacture, sort of, they build their shields historically correct in historically correct fashion, and it's everything from socks, underwear to chainmail armor. It's incredible.
Wow.
Yes, Paul the Piper, Knights Templar were also part of one of the orders that was there. The battle actually happened on the 4th of July, 1187.
Wow.
Yep.
That is remarkable.
And the whole reenactment thing is, it's reenacted across 3 days.
Mm-hmm.
With, you're basically walking, I don't know the mileage, but you walk 23 kilometers the first day in almost full armor, and or ride a horse. There are some horses as well, because, there were mounted knights and mounted soldiers on both sides. So everybody meets up 23 kilometers away. 30 kilometers away from the actual battleground, and there's a march of 23 kilometers on the first day with a couple of small skirmishes, which are historically correct.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, historically happened, and then there's another night where the Crusaders did camp, and they were hindered by the Muslims. And then there's, I think, a 7 or 8 kilometer march to the battlefield itself. And of course, naturally, it's done on the hottest weekend of the year.
Of course. Which is also historically accurate.
It is historically accurate, yep. And actually this year, because it was so hot, you know what? It wasn't that hot. I only had one case of heat stroke.
Oh.
A mild case of heat stroke, I have to add, which is, I mean, usually people get dehydrated, and it's my responsibility to basically keep their body core temperature at as low as possible, and keep them hydrated and keep them out of heat exhaustion.
Sure. Wow,
Hey, dude, reviews.
That is really, really interesting.
Yeah, I mean, it's very big abroad. Here in Israel, it's not that big. The reenactment scene.
Mm-hmm.
We'd like it to be bigger. I say we. It's my 3rd year already as a medic, so I already dress up like them and fight with them and everything. I do bring my own horse, though.
Of course. Wow, that is really cool. And I guess that's the sort of thing that once you start doing it, you just start sort of spiraling down and getting deeper and deeper into it.
Yeah, it's kind of addictive.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is, actually, surprisingly enough. I mean, every year you say, "Oh God, never again!" The heat, the sweat, you know.
Right.
I can't with these stupid people that these dumb people that insist on traveling in full armor. Or are they nuts? And, next thing you know, I'm doing it as well, and again.
Right. Yeah, there's something.
Yeah, but it's fun.
Sure. I was going to say there's something odd about the way the passage of time can make us forget all the bad and just remember the good stuff, and therefore do it once again.
Yeah, but it's fun, you actually, even the food is periodically correct. Nothing that has, they make their own bread, and there are only vegetables and fruits that were around at the time, historically. and the wine. We actually have a vineyard here in the area that donates historically correct wine for the reenactment, and people come from all over the world. I mean, we've had participants from Poland, from Canada, from the States, England, Germany, Russia, Ukraine. It's quite amazing.
That is amazing. How many people would you say in total would participate in something like that?
Nothing like your standards in the States, but this year we had around a little over 30 people because of COVID-19.
Mm-hmm.
We had a group in Israel that was quarantined. That didn't show up, and a whole bunch of people from all over the world that couldn't make it.
Sure.
But usually around 60, 70, 80.
Wow, that's pretty good. Yeah, very interesting.
Actually, they're so good. The group is so good that the Russian government invites them invites the group to an annual reenactment, an annual living history fair.
Wow.
In St. Petersburg. I think it's in St. Petersburg. Don't hold me on that, but in Russia, like every year they've been going. They're
Right.
that good. They're that correct.
That is really cool. And something I didn't realize we'd even be talking about tonight. So that's fantastic.
Me neither.
Well, that's
Yep.
If you don't mind me just taking a second to point out, that's really the thing that I think is most interesting about these conversations is that, most people, if I ask them, why don't you do it, they'll say, oh, I don't really have anything interesting to say. But the truth is everybody's got something interesting to say. You just have to say it, and somebody will find it interesting. So we're almost at 8:45 here. Normally at this time, what I'll do is ask the folks that are in the chat if they've got any questions for you. So
sure.
Would you be up for that?
Anything.
Great.
Yep, definitely. Anything.
So, folks, what questions would you like to ask Daniel?
Hey, Groovin' Piper. Have I ever been to Bethlehem? No, I actually have not. Where am I from originally? Okay, my mother's Canadian, my father's South African, but I was born and raised here. Do I have a favorite sheep? Yes, I do. I do, Paragon Piper. Yes, I do. She runs over to me and says good morning every morning, and won't leave me alone and follows me around like a dog. I do eat sheep. I do eat. Yes, Paul the Piper, I do eat sheep. What religion am I affiliated with? Well, I'm Jewish. Cliff Higgin. Where am I in Israel? Kimura. I am in the Lower Galilee. It's a Moshav, which is a village called Ilania. It's in the north of Israel, about 20 minutes away from the Sea of Galilee. Sheep sleep in the house, Tony? No. But they're right outside my window. Breed is my dog. Are they shepherds? Hold on, not so fast. Boris, I have 17 dogs, 5 of which are Caucasian shepherds, 4 of which are German shepherds. Another 5 are border collies, 2 are Canaanites, 1's my grandmother's lapdog, and another 2, I don't know, sheep farm, and, desert Pied Piper. Let's see, what type of tobacco? Oh gosh, I don't know. I'd have to say, I don't know. That's very difficult. I love Watch City cigars, tobacco. I also happen to like, you know what? I'd have to say Sutcliffe's Malta Dulce, or Dulce. I guess. No, I don't know. Sorry.
That's okay. You kind of answered it.
Hi, Simplex. Bloody hell, Dan. Bloody hell what? Paul the Piper.
So.
How do I look after them all? Well, they cost us a hell of a lot of money. But they're worth it. Pipes, etc. Yes, I've been to Dgania Aleph. It's actually 20 minutes away from me as well. Do I count sheep? No. Tell Danny, do you make cheese from sheep? Yes, I do make cheese from sheep's milk. When we have the time to milk, yes. During the lambing cycles, or a couple of weeks after the lambing cycle, we'll milk and we'll make some cheese. Yep. Well, 17 dogs. Actually, you can hear just 2 Caucasians that make a lot of noise. Big dogs, Caucasian shepherds. They're like how much did we say 70 kilos is?
Oh, I've forgotten.
40 pounds?
Something like that, yeah. Yeah, that's close.
140 pounds.
Yeah, that's the one that you showed me, right?
Yep.
Yeah, they're very big dogs.
Pipes, etc. Did you know that Moshe Dayan smoked a pipe? Moshe Dayan, for anybody that doesn't know, Moshe Dayan was one of the how do you say it? The highest commanding officer in the army. I forget the word. Commander-in-chief of the army. Basically, it's a commander-in-chief, not like your president.
Sure, but on the military side, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know what term we would use for that. Maybe supreme commander or something like that.
Yeah, probably. Are those clothes hot? Yes, they are, hard hackers. They're really hot. Imagine, you guys know what a duvet cover is? Hold on, duvet is the English, the British, South African word. A comforter. You're basically wearing a comforter.
Oh, gosh.
Under your chainmail. General, yeah. Yes, Kimura, General. Matzo ball soup. Okay, that's good. Yep, Chief of Staff in the Army, That's probably more correct. Oh, Dayan did use the title Field Marshal. Actually, you know, on one of my trials, I actually brought a photograph of Moshe Dayan with a pipe in uniform and said, "Hey, look, he's smoking a pipe. Why can't I smoke a pipe?" And they said, "Well, that was then. This is now, and you've got 2 weeks' attention."
Yeah, I think it's pretty much a universal that the military don't really take those kinds of arguments.
Actually, it was only in my base though. The base I was.
Oh, really? That's interesting.
I mean, or at least in my base that I knew of, because I had met 2 other soldiers in my 6 years of service that smoked pipes. And they said they didn't get any problem.
Interesting.
Yep. Maybe base bylaws. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, perhaps that area had issues with other things that were being smoked.
Probably. Yes, I believe so. Yes, they actually used to test our urine like once a month or once every 2 months.
Wow.
Because there were issues of drugs at some period. With the enlisted men. This was while I was a career soldier. Compulsory service for men would have been back then 3 years. Now it's down to 30 months for some reason or other. Service in the military is mandatory, Big Dave. Yes, we have chickens, Brier Blues. It's a farm. Sorry, I'm sitting outside because I don't want to wake the wife and kids. The roosters have the time wrong. It's like 10 to 4 now.
Yeah, I was thinking that's a bit early for sunrise.
Well, this is how it goes every day.
You got early rising roosters.
Yep.
Oh, that's funny.
Yes, it is. Well, you get used to it. You don't wake up.
Sure.
Yes, I'm sure my wife and kids are still asleep. Oh, yeah? Really pipes, etc. Navy Hospital Corpsman. Yep,
Yeah.
I can imagine. Yeah, it's a tough job. And smoke while watching the sheep. Yes, Paragon Piper, I do that quite often. What's my wife think about pipe smoking? My wife hates it. My wife says she won't. Hold on, what's the word? Back anything that'll basically kill me. So. How does my family sleep through all that? Well, Signalman Tony, they do. They do. Bona Piper, typical. Yup. Although I actually, I actually smoked Nightcap, or was it? I think I had a bowl of Nightcap and my Mixture 965 while we were in the living room. That only happened once. And you say living room, right?
Yes.
Okay. So, and she actually didn't mind the smell, but I think it's after the smoking that she can't stand me. Because she really likes the Molto Dulce and the, hey, she even likes the peach cobbler and, well, when I had it, there was Captain Cool of McClellan's and Palomine.
Mm-hmm.
And she does like the Boswell aromas. But I like Burley blends. Actually, I have a jar of Haunted Bookshop open, which I'm steadily diminishing. Gives me a nicotine buzz, though. I'm fairly new to Burley blends. I just wanted to see what the whole buzz was of about Haunted Bookshop. I mean, here, Mike, you were talking about it, and Matches was always smoking Haunted Bookshop. Matches 860.
Sure.
And Well, I don't. I'm still looking into burley blends. I started smoking. Actually, the first blend I ever smoked was I think it was a Clan.
Oh, yes.
I think it was a Clan, and there used to be a. Hold on, my grandfather used to smoke Borkum Brief and Fora, the Borkum Brief original.
Okay.
The original Cherry Cavendish and some amphora or other.
Okay.
You can't get bulk tobaccos in Israel. Hold on a second. I saw something. A question. How do I scroll up the question? Is there an Israeli pipe tobacco? Unfortunately, there is not. Let's see. Oh yeah, right. Big Dave. Bibi Netanyahu. I don't know. No comment. How's the Israeli tax on tobacco? High. Basically, they sell tobacco at about how do I? Well, there's no. My head. It's like. Let me see. 1 second. Give me a second.
Sure. You're breaking up a little bit, Daniel. So I'm just worried if we lose you.
Okay, $14.
$14 for.
$14 a tin is cheap.
So that's
hello?
Yeah, $14 a tin. That's the least that you would
cheap.
pay.
Yep.
Gotcha. So that is expensive. Although, we here in the States we're paying probably $10 is cheap. So, and I know in some countries $30 is cheap. So it all depends on where you are. Of course, it's relative, but that is still expensive.
We'll have tins at $20, $30, $35 depending on the blend. Hold on, what did my father and grandfather smoke? I told you what my grandfather smoked. He smoked Clan, Amphora, and Borkum Riff. I think he also used to smoke some Captain Black. I forget which color. I think it must have been the blues and probably the original and the gold. My father strictly smokes only Borkum Riff Cherry Cavendish.
Wow.
Only. That's the only thing he smokes. That's the only tobacco he smokes.
Interesting.
Occasionally he'll take some tobacco off of me and it's a $50. Wow, that's expensive, Mike from Brier Blues. Occasionally my father will bum some tobacco off me, but he doesn't like it. He likes the Borkum Riff.
Yeah.
Don't know why. I know he also used to smoke Clan and Amphora, and there were others, but I forget. You can't find them these days. I think you know what? Hold on. McBaron's Scottish Mixture. My grandfather also smoked. I really like that one. And it is possible to grow tobacco, Big Dave. It's illegal to grow and sell it. Never tried the floral Lakeland tobaccos. No, I have not. Paragon. Hey, well, I'm half Canadian. I've got a Canadian citizenship. Everett. Yes, the gold Captain Black is nice. Smells real nice. Yep, that yes. For the life of me, I cannot remember the rest of my grandfathers, but Aaron Moore, I believe. I think I remember Aaron Moore. You guys familiar with Aaron Moore?
Yes. Well, I am, and I think many of the folks out there are as well. It's an unusual tobacco flavor.
Oh yes, yes. I actually got a box of Carter Hall that I'm playing with the idea of opening, and to try out. That also is from actually Matches put me onto that.
Mm-hmm.
But I haven't opened it yet. Well, when he was still alive, and half and half. I think I can't remember which one of the YouTube pipe community put me onto that. Old Joe Krantz. Okay, I'll put that on my to do list, Everett. Definitely will.
Yeah, if you wind up not liking Haunted Bookshop, Old Joe Krantz is basically Haunted Bookshop with more Virginia. So it's a somewhat sweeter version of it. It may be more to your liking, or you might like them both.
I actually enjoy Haunted Bookshop.
Oh, you do? Okay. I wasn't sure.
I actually enjoy it. I just stated it gives me a nicotine buzz.
Okay. Well, that won't be any less with Old Joe Krantz.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but it is.
I mean, I don't mind the nicotine buzz.
Yeah, you would like Old Joe Krantz then. Everett is right.
Okay. All right. I'll write that down now.
It's Haunted Bookshop's bigger little brother, depending on what you want to call it.
Mike, what are you smoking in there?
This is actually some Robert McConnell Highgate.
Can you get it on smoking pipes?
Yes, that's where I got this actually, and it's a
Highgate.
It's a Virginia Perique. It's really nice. It's a they're coins.
Oh, okay.
And it's like Virginia wrapped around a Perique core. So.
All right. You know what I really miss? I really miss the Sam Galway.
Mm-hmm.
I really miss their tobaccos. I really liked Squadron Leader and Cabby's Mixture.
Oh, Cabby's Mixture is fantastic. Yeah.
You just can't get it.
It's hard to get. I mean, we occasionally can get it here, but it's not easy.
I mean, I've got a reminder on smoking pipes, and I think the last time, I got the reminder, I went into the site and it was gone.
Yeah. Yeah, that happens.
Mixture 79 is also on my to-do list. Big Dave.
Oh, boy.
I have not tried that yet.
Well,
I have not tried that yet. It's on my wish list on smoking pipes.
You were mentioning that you were thinking about maybe becoming a YouTuber. If you try Mixture 79, that should be your first video.
Really?
Yes.
I haven't ordered it yet. But wow. Look, I think I've only ever posted one video on my YouTube channel, if you want to call it, and that's of my eldest kid making his little brother laugh. So sorry for the spoiler, but I don't think I know what to talk about, you know?
It sort of goes to what I was saying earlier. I mean, we don't really do this because people are interesting conversationalists. We do it because we just want to have a pipe with someone. And it doesn't matter what you're talking about. You know, just talking about what happened that day. That's okay. But anyway, I don't want to push you, but Mixture 79 is one of those polarizing blends where you either like it or you don't. So that's why I said it. It could be comical if someone did their first impressions of Mixture 79.
Okay. You know what? fine. It's a deal. I'll make my first video Mixture 79.
All right.
It's a deal. Incidentally, Kimura, I do love the Boswell aromatics, and I also like the Northwoods blend.
Very, very good ones.
Sorry about the dogs.
That's okay.
I'm really sorry about the dogs. I can't help it.
It's all right. It's all right. Ignore Paragon Piper. I don't.
I said, oh, Smokey. Listen, have you seen my thumbnail, Paragon? I feed lambs, I bottle feed lambs with a pipe. Actually, inseminating sheep with pipe smoke. Well, smoke kills sperm, so no. I don't live in a kennel. I've just got 5 dogs here, and apparently they're wailing at something.
They're working.
No, it's not a cat. It's how do you call it? There are foxes here, and we have foxes, jackals, and sort of a prairie dog, Piper. That's what they bark at, basically. Cliff Higgins, you leaving? Yeah, coyotes. Yes, we have coyotes. That's it. That's the word. Piper, coyotes.
Well.
Okay, so now they've shut up.
Yes.
Which is, I mean, yeah, it's a lot of fun. But seriously now, I really wouldn't know what to talk about on my channel. I mean, oh hi, this was my day. I spent my day running after sheep and convincing my shepherd not to be scared of the horse.
You laugh, but I think there'd be a lot of folks interested in that.
Really?
I mean, you got to keep in mind, a lot of us are stuck in a cubicle all day or something like that, and just seeing a different type of life is interesting. So,
well, you know what? I'll definitely I'll smoke on it. I'll smoke on it.
That sounds good. And yeah, you're getting
be myself on YouTube.
It's great advice.
Okay.
Yes, Doctor.
Okay.
That's true.
Yes. I don't live in an animal sanctuary, Big Dave. I have quite a few animals. I'm actually surprised the donkey hasn't cried out yet. Pipes and Bees. Hi, Pipes and Bees. I've seen your nick around. No, coyotes don't go near my sheep because the dogs just keep them away. Yep. This is doggone interesting.
Oh,
yep.
Jim.
Yes, Pipe Rescue. To make videos shows the beauty. Oh, I could. Yes, actually, I could show the beauty of Israel.
Yeah, that would be very interesting as well.
Everett Young, some of our videos. Who are you, Everett Young? I'm sorry.
I think he just means the YouTube pipe presenters.
Okay.
Just in general.
I actually follow quite a few. I follow Brier Blues, Mike. If you're still here, I follow you, Mike. I used to follow Matches. I'm still back viewing his videos, and which I haven't seen yet.
Mm-hmm.
I follow Derek Tant and Simon Bosco, which is London Calling Simon or something. London Calling.
Yes.
Yeah, London Calling Simon. I used to follow Mutton Chop Piper, but he's gone off the scene, and I think that's it. Oh, and I follow Brier Report.
Oh, good.
I actually bought the mug.
Good for you.
It's my favorite coffee mug. It really is. It truly is my favorite coffee mug.
That is great.
You and my father smoking a pipe together. My father wouldn't have the... My father's 70 and he's hyperactive. He wouldn't have the patience. Brier Blues, unfortunately. Big Dave, the temperature here this time of year. Well, usually it's in the 40 degrees, which is, I believe, around 100, over the 100 degrees Fahrenheit. Nights, in the evenings at night, it's quite cool. It can reach, I don't know, we use centigrade here. Bye, Kimura. Let me see. We use, we reach about 20, 17 centigrade. I'm not sure how much that is in Fahrenheit.
I think 20 is around.
Yeah, I believe we had 107, Big Dave, today. Kilted Piper Steve. Do I have feline predator? No. No, there are no feline predators to deal with here. The last tiger in Israel died. We used to have tigers here years and years and years ago. Cats, regular house cats are a problem. They carry... That's a nice pipe, Mike.
Oh, thank you. It's Bing's favorite from Savinelli.
Okay. Savinelli is also on my to-do list. Incidentally, hold on a second. Brier Blues, I was asked to give you a shout-out by one of our community members, which is a Costello nut. So he says hi. And you have a very religious following from him. His name is Niv. N-I-V. How many sheep and goats do I have in my hood? I have... Yes, I do... hold on, CaneRod Piper's mic. Yes, I do follow CaneRod Piper. Aren't you CaneRod Piper?
I am, yes.
Let's see. I have around 650 ewes, 3 goats, 1 donkey, 2 horses, 17 dogs, and 1 cat in the house, in my house. Thanks, Armchair Piper. Nice seeing you. Yes, Brier. Yes, Mike Brier Blues. Neve did mention that you have corresponded. Sounds like a Christmas song. 9 golden rings. You know what?
What?
Okay. I think I will try. I think I will start posting up videos, see where it goes. But how do I get out to people? You know, I mean, how do I let people know that I'm?
Well, you've got a channel now. I think I actually put a link to it in the description to this video, and
oh gosh, okay.
Hopefully, everybody that's watching right now will go and subscribe to that. If you change to a different address, you just get in touch with folks like me, and we're happy to give you a shout out, and folks will come and see you.
What do you mean by changing to a different address?
Well, I don't know what I meant by that. What I meant was if the link that I have in the description, if you might set up a new account, like you might want to keep that account for videos of your kids making one another laugh, and have a separate account for your pipe videos. So if you decide to do that, let me know, and I'll let people know about the new account. And you can...
Oh, okay.
YouTube lets you have... I mean, it's all through Google, and you can have as many. I don't know if there's a limit, but I know you can have at least like 3 or 4 YouTube channels if you want.
Hold on. So if you got more than one YouTube channel?
Yes. Yeah, so I have a separate channel that I watch a lot of like machining videos and woodworking videos, and I just don't like to keep those subscriptions mixed in with my pipe related videos. So I have a separate channel. I don't have any videos on it, but it's a separate account.
I see.
And you could do the same.
Okay. Mike, Brier Blues, thank you. Hold on. Let me scroll back up. Where did you go, Mike? Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Smooth Piper, my channel name is basically my name, Daniel Tobias. What? I'll appear on the YTPC directory maintained by Brier Report? Oh, wow.
Yes.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay. No, I am not on Instagram. I never bothered with it, actually. I don't have that much time, actually. Instagram, Snapchat, and all those. Thank you very much, Kilted Piper. Steve. Good night, Jeffrey.
Yep.
I was actually quite anxious to appear tonight. I've never done anything like this before.
Well, you had no need to be, Daniel, because this has been it's been great deal of fun, and I just realized we've been going for an hour, so I
Wow.
don't normally.
Have we
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
So no, it's fine. It's great. But the time just flew, as happened the other day when we were talking as well. You're just an interesting guy, Daniel. You just have to live with that.
Thank you, Mike, and thank you, Mike Brier Blues. Incidentally, I really enjoy Mike Brier Blues. I really enjoy your channel. Very informative, and I've learned a hell of a lot. I mean, I smoked. Up until 2 years ago, I smoked. I think I've still got Mike CaneRod. Have we still got time?
I'm not going anywhere. So.
All right. So, up until 2 years ago, I strictly smoked Captain Black, the light blue one, and the original, and Borkham Riff Cherry Cavendish. That was the only thing I smoked until I dislocated my knee and I was out for almost 3 months, and then I found the YouTube pipe community, and I had no idea there was anything like this. So it was, all of a sudden these literally hundreds of new tobacco blends, and wow, a place where I can buy pipes, which up until then I only had pipes that were left to me by my grandfather, and disused pipes that my father just left lying around and just never used again. Stuff like that, and all of a sudden this whole new world of pipes and people talking about pipes, and like I said, there's the pipe scene isn't that big here.
Right. Yeah, and and I've said this many times in the past. That's really the wonderful thing about not just YouTube, but social media in general when it comes to pipe smoking, because we used to have that ability to just go to the local tobacconist and sit down and talk to people about what they were smoking and how you pack a pipe and all those kinds of things, and those days are gone. I think they're gone everywhere, but we can still do it. We can still get together in times like this and share our experiences and trade tips and everything, and it's really a wonderful use of the technology.
Oh yes, definitely. I couldn't agree more. Oh, by the way, thank you, Chuck. Good.
Chuck.
I'm not trying to read your name.
It is Chuck.
Yeah, thanks a lot. Hearing the sounds of my livestock. Okay. Jason, sure, pleasure. Really, it was my pleasure. Oh yeah, there's a guy called the Artful Codger. I believe I watched him a couple of times.
Yeah, he hasn't been posting much, but he is fantastic.
I haven't seen him in a long time though. Yep, definitely. Any other questions? Sorry, I feel that I talk too much.
No, not
sometimes.
at all. Not at all. It was quite enjoyable. I do think I'm gonna wrap up though, Daniel, just because I don't want to keep you too much longer, and it does seem the questions are petering out a bit. But we could probably go on for another hour or so. Really wonderful talking to you. I greatly appreciate you taking the time out. It's very clear from the comments that everybody here enjoyed it greatly. And I've put links, I believe I put a link to your YouTube channel, but also you sent me a link to the Israeli Pipe Club on YouTube. And I think there was one other that you sent me, and I've included those as well in the description to this video. So if folks want to check those things out, they should.
Thank you very much. I really did enjoy this.
Absolutely. And we'll be looking forward to those videos coming soon.
Thanks. Guys, it was really nice chatting with you.
Great. Well, thank you very much, Daniel, and you have a good evening. Or
Thank you.
Good
You
morning,
too.
actually.
Good morning.
Yes.
Good morning.
All right. Take care.
Pasture is in another 3 or 4 hours. 3 hours.
All right. Well, get some sleep, I hope.
I hope so too. All right.
Bye now.
Good night. Good night, all.
Good night.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay. Bye.
Just make sure I hang up and lock the phone so I don't accidentally call anyone. Well, that was a lot of fun. Thank you all, guys. I really appreciate your contributing to this. It was a lot of fun, and it was great that Daniel was able to keep up with the questions. I mean, it just made it more enjoyable for me because I felt like I was able to step out and just watch you guys talk. So that was great. Sorry to hear that, Piper, on the 45. I think I must have come in late on that one. Yes, Christian, he might be. But I happen to know for a fact that he's gone on vacation today, so I don't think he'll be answering the phone. Yes, the noisiest background. There you go, Mike. Thanks, guys. I'm glad you enjoyed it. And like I was saying, I really hope that more folks like Daniel step up and join us, because everybody's got an interesting story. Yeah, and we may never get to hear them if not through something like this, and maybe it'll trigger that person to want to make videos and tell us even more about themselves. So it's actually much later than usual. We'll stay for a few minutes. I haven't completely drained this. Yeah, Christian, he is. His mood is contagious. And yes, the Christmas jingle was great. Heartcrackers, you're also a reenactor. That's very interesting. Now, Big Dave, when I was talking to him on, I think it was Wednesday, and we had the video Skype conversation, and I could see what was going on, and it actually was not at all chaotic. It's just those are the sounds that are carrying. Oh, sorry, Jim. Sorry to hear that. But I thought it was kind of neat that he's there on real working farm, and you know, we got to be a small part of that, albeit at 4 a.m. in the morning, 3 to 4 a.m. So I'm gonna wind up real soon, but before I do, I just want to once again put out a call. Please go and sub Brier Report. It would be really great to get him to this 1,000 sub point, and all it takes is clicking that button. So if you're not currently subscribed to Brier Report, head on over there as soon as we're done with this video. It'll just take you a minute to click the sub button, and we'll get him to make a video as well. All right, Tony, you have a good evening. Thank you, Larry. I'm glad you liked it. Thank you, Cliff and Paul. Thank you, Paragon Piper. Glad you enjoyed it there, Everett. All right, Steve, you have a good evening and great weekend as well. Paul, you take care. God bless you too. Well, folks, I'm gonna finish up I switched to Haunted Bookshop, by the way, in a Bing's favorite, and then I'm probably gonna fall asleep because I'm a bit beat. But really had a great time. Thank you again, everyone. Next week we'll have Virtual Pipe Club, so it'll just be me that you're stuck with. But my dogs can bark if you hear that, so maybe I can get some something more interesting there. Take care. I'll see you then. I'll probably do a video on Sunday, but I'll definitely see you next Friday for the Virtual Pipe Club. Have a great weekend, everyone, and we'll talk soon.